Welcome back to Tubatoni NFL. Today we're diving into the remarkable life and legacy of one of the greatest but often overlooked athletes in history, Jim Thorpe. Thorpe grew up in the Sac and Fox Nation in Indian Territory, now Oklahoma. Both of Thorpe's parents were Roman Catholic, a faith which he observed through most of his adult life, and he would attend the Sac and Fox Agency School with his twin Charlie. However, following his death of pneumonia at the age of 9, Thorpe would run away from the boarding school several times before being sent to another Indian boarding school in Lawrence, Kansas, called Haskell Institute. 2 years later, Thorpe's mother would die from childbirth complications, sending the young man into a deep depression. After several arguments with his father, he would leave home. In 1904, at 16 years of age, Thorpe returned home to attend Carlisle Indian Industrial School, where he was a two-time All-American for the football team under Pop Warner, the legendary football coach. However, later that year, he was orphaned after Hiram Thorpe, his father, died of gangrene poisoning from a hunting accident. The young man dropped out of school and returned to farm work for a few years before finally returning to the Carlisle school. Thorpe would go on to compete in the 1912 Stockholm Olympic Games, where he would win the pentathlon, as well as coming in 4th place in the high jump and 7th place in the long jump. His final event of the Olympics was the decathlon, however, and strong competition from local favorite Hugo Weislander was expected. However, it wasn't received, as Thorpe would win by 688 points, placing in the top 4 in all 10 events and scoring a combined 8,413 points, a record that would stand for nearly 2 decades. This was insane considering just before the competition, his shoes were stolen and he was forced to wear a pair of mismatched shoes as replacement, one of which he found in the trash can. He proceeded to win a gold medal in those shoes. However, following the Olympics, news would break that Thorpe, similar to many college players at the time, had played professionally in North Carolina for $25 per week, which made him ineligible to compete in the Olympics, causing his medals to be stripped despite no investigation being done within the time frame stated by the IOC's rules. Medals would never be returned to his family as they were stolen and unfortunately never recovered. Following the Olympics, Thorpe would go on to play pro baseball and pro football, making large impacts in both sports. Being one of the few free agents of the time, Thorpe would sign with the reigning champion New York Giants. They would lose in the World Series the next year, but afterwards went on a tour with the White Sox, meeting Pope Pius X and the final Viceroy of Egypt, as well as playing in front of King George V. During his baseball career, he did not abandon football either, first playing for the Indiana-based Pine Village Pros before signing with the Canton Bulldogs in 1915, while winning titles in 1916, 1917, and 1919. He was the first president of the National Football League, however it was only for a single season, as between 1921 and 1923 he would help organize and play for the Orang Indians, an all Native American team. Even with their horrible combined 4-16 record over the 2 seasons, Thorpe played well enough to be selected for the first NFL All-Pro team. Thorpe, as a Native American man, would face discrimination and racism for most of his life at a time where prejudice was intense. Thorpe attended the Carlisle Indian Industrial School, where Native Americans were subjected to cultural assimilation practices, and these schools aimed to erase indigenous languages, traditions, and customs, contributing to a loss of cultural identity. The racism inherent in those policies affected Thorpe and many other Native American children. In addition to this, his later years he would struggle to support his 2 ex-wives and his 7 children financially. With limited opportunities outside of sports for a Native American man, he was forced to work menial jobs in order to support his family. The Jim Thorpe Award is given to the top defensive back in college football history. In addition to this, Thorpe was recognized as the greatest athlete of the 20th century, being named above the likes of Michael Jordan, Jesse Owens, Babe Ruth, Pele, Muhammad Ali, and Wayne Gretzky. He's been voted into the National Football League, College Football League, Native American, and United States Olympic Halls of Fame. And since his death, the Olympic Committee has also reinstated his medals and status as the sole winner of the 1912 decathlon and pentathlon. He's had some outstanding accomplishments, and his legacy is undisputed, but some of the recognition that he received from other notable celebrities and athletes of his time are far more important. Pop Warner, the legendary football coach, stated that Jim Thorpe was the greatest athlete I've ever coached. His speed, strength, and natural talent were unparalleled. He could do things on the football field that seemed impossible. He was truly a game changer. King Gustav of Sweden stated, "Thorpe, you are the greatest athlete in the world. I congratulate you. You have proved yourself the best in every event." This was at the 1912 Stockholm Olympics. Babe Ruth, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, stated that Thorpe wasn't just a football star. He was a phenomenal baseball player too, and his athleticism and competitive spirit made him a force to be reckoned with on the baseball diamond, a true legend. In conclusion, Jim Thorpe wasn't just a phenomenal athlete. He was a Native American of the Sac and Fox Nation, breaking barriers and challenging stereotypes at a time when prejudice ran deep. His story is one of triumph over adversity, a testament to the power of determination and the pursuit of excellence. If you enjoyed this comment or wish to learn more about the unsung heroes in sports history, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye.